And is recording done? And yeah, couple of people have told me they are not coming. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu, sarvesham shantir bhavatu, sarvesham purnam bhavatu, sarvesham mangalam bhavatu. Now I have to attend to, I have an extreme pain in the body. That is why I'm not attending this session. But message says Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. So which path I choose? You don't understand, I have an emergency. What is the finest emergency that we have in the world outside? We have an emergency because of pleasure, because of avoiding pain. But the greatest emergency is to abide in peace and happiness. That is where it leads to awakening. Now you can understand the power of the Mangalacharan mantra. The mind absorbs, digests, assimilates what? Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. May there be happiness for all my friends. We are seeking happiness. You have an emergency to avoid pain. You have been avoiding pain for how long, in how many situations and locations? Ask yourself. Even every day we avoid pain, but nothing happened. It doesn't mean that we should not avoid pain. So what Mangalacharan message is, Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Let you remind in presence of challenges in your relationship, challenges at all the front in your daily living. You remember peace and happiness are my essential nature. What we normally do, we keep aside peace and happiness. Now, this is more a philosophical and intellectual. Open your eyes. You can open. This is more an intellectual. We will take care of that. You have avoided pain and discomfort for how many years? You avoid discomfort 3 times a day, 90 times a month, 1,000 times a year, 50 years, 50,000 times. What happened? Are you free from pain? Tell me if you are free from pain. And Mangacharan says that peace and happiness are my essential nature. You don't understand. I know some of you might be thinking, this guy is crazy. He doesn't understand. So I'm asking you, do you understand? 50,000 times you have avoided. Doesn't mean, we are not obsessed with it. If I have a extreme pain, obviously we have to take care of that. We have to tame it. But it does not mean that I get obsessed with it. Then there is no solution than the journey of the self-discovery, because I'm touching the topic, the fourth topic, uh, that I touched briefly in the last session. So I'm just telling you, do I have a burning desire for what? For awakening. Do I have a burning desire for awakening. For I have a burning desire for permanent peace. I have a burning desire for happiness. Do I have it? See the paradox logic. You have to think and reflect on it, and you have to give your thoughts. And then we will share our experiences. Burning desire for food is known as binge eating, overeating. Is it not? And if you continue with the binge eating, it will lead you to hundreds of illnesses. Clear? Burning desire to shut off my mind, addiction of the drugs. It is known as addiction. You have a burning desire for awakening. It is not an addiction. It is not an obsession. It is not a craving. Why and how? We will talk about it. We will understand. Are you understanding the difference? Burning desire for anything outside. Classification, addiction, binge eating, obsession. Oh, we say, oh, this guy seems to be insane. Burning desire for marriage, as if marriage is a certificate of peace and happiness. Burning desire for relationship, anything outside. Now, he is unnecessarily obsessed, with that. Are you getting it? I'm trying to present these principles in the modern terminology. So let us talk what happened since the last session you have attended. How many times you had the moment of anxiety, reaction, duality, conflict, and what you did, and how many times you got rid of it so fast. Why? Because you are a seeker. So let us start with the Terry first.
I think it was really only a couple of times.
Good.
And I said to myself, I can't do anything except what I can do.
Good.
I'm going to do. I felt like everything is too much. I can't get it all done. So I just kept doing one thing and then the next. And if it's going to fall apart, then when there's nothing I can do about that.
Yeah.
So I'm doing the best I can, and that's just gonna have to do. I can't do anything else.
And you were able to maintain your calm and peace.
Most of the time,
Good.
not all.
Beautiful. Good. How are you, Samir?
Sir, I heard one thing and I was contemplating on that thing, that why you call this era Kalyug? Why you call this era Kalyug?
Yeah.
So yesterday was, what was yesterday? Kal. Tomorrow will be Kal. So if we live in today, if we live in the present situation, then we are living in Satyug. So
Yeah.
I think Satyug is not that 1 lakh years away, 2 lakh. It is the state of our mind which means decides that we are in Satyug or we are in Kalyug. If our mind state of mind is in peace, happiness, harmony, then we are in Satyug now only. So nothing is like that Kalyug. So we have to live in present. Then only, and you told burning desire, sir. Burning desire, I think it slowly develops, because when you start the journey, You don't know the address of peace and happiness. But as soon as you keep on doing, practicing, you know that where is the actual happiness, peace is there in your life. So you develop a desire slowly. Now there is a desire in me that I just want to go in peace, happiness. But it was not 5 years back. So that is
Yes,
there.
that
So
is
you have to
why,
do
that is why in
sadhana.
Eastern wisdom we have the training to the mind. We apply these principles, and then we recognize peace and happiness are within me, permanent peace and happiness. No, even if I have a burning desire for anything outside, you can name it, you already know craving, obsession, addiction, binge eating. He is too much attached to his partner. That is why he has a problem. Do you see that? You are too much attached to your peace and happiness within, it has no problem. But to understand and recognize and realize, it takes time. That makes one a seeker. Yes, Dennis, your turn.
Yes, I can tell one story. Couple of days ago, a friend of mine asked me to help him with setting up a space heater. We have big problem with electricity here in Ukraine right now, and this winter is really cold this year, colder than typical winters that we have. And all the heaters that require electricity, they can't work because we don't have electricity most of the time. So we switched to heaters that run on diesel fuel. So this guy asked me to help me to help him install this type of heater. So we sat together and planned what needs to be done, what I have to do, what he needs to do. So I did my part, and he didn't do his part. Not because he didn't want to do it, but because he's not very good at organizing his time, setting priorities. He's always busy, and he's very good at multitasking.
Oh,
Uh, so if this had happened a couple of years ago, I would have been upset. I would have yelled at him and said something like, if you don't do your part, I'm not going to help you anymore. And that would probably be completely fair, except that it wouldn't be useful or helpful to neither of us. Because he's the way he is, and he always will be busy, and no matter how hard I yell, it will not change much. So I asked myself, what's the best way to go about this to keep everyone happy? Is it a problem for me to do his part of the job? No, not a problem at all. Will it hurt me if I do it for him? Well, yes, it will hurt my ego a little because, we made an agreement and he didn't follow through. But otherwise, there will be no damage. So with that in mind, I did what remained to be done, and everyone is happy now, and he and his family is warm, and I'm at peace. And so I hope I discerned through this correctly and did what needed.
beautifully, beautiful example, Dennis. I will talk in detail about it. This is called the service, serving people. So, serving people, if it dissolves my ego, I must do it. If it increases my ego, I stop. So, in Eastern wisdom, we all have heard, service is important. This is the meaning of real service that I recognize and rightly said with the discernment and dispassion. Let me do everything. At least he'll be saved from the cold, even if he's not doing. But I have to recognize my own limitations. Based on that, if it permits, I will do it. Beautifully said. We are next topic after the burning desire is going to be service plus karma yoga. So, how are you, Barbara?
I am good, thank you. I feel like that I am making some progress because last weekend they had predicted very bad weather, snow and sleet and bad weather. And my son and grandson were going on a road trip and they didn't cancel, which is it's up to them, obviously. And normally I would have spent the whole weekend worrying about them. But then I said to myself, there's absolutely nothing I can do about the outcome. And why should I be miserable? And I just let it go. And I was okay.
Beautiful. Yes. Yes. You know, you apply the discernment. If you don't apply the discernment, you don't change your attitude. In being comfortable, having some pleasure, going for overeating, you don't need a discernment. But here you apply the discernment. Oh, there is nothing that I can do. It is their life, independent. They have gone for a trip. That's good. So I should be able to maintain that state of the mind. It is not that, I'm leaving the relationship. I'm having now a closer relationship, a deeper relationship. I have given the independence to them, and I also remain independent. That is what the spirituality is. Weber.
Thank you, sir. So past days were calm and it was relaxed. One thing I'm trying, whenever I start driving, like when I go to office and when coming back, so one thing I'll check that what is my mood before I start driving and what my moods remains, how much I'm aware while driving, and what my moods remains while driving. So this thing I'm trying and I'm checking that how much calm I'm there when I'll start driving and doing this thing.
Beautiful. Yes, yes. Even the small acts in your life, if you bring it at the conscious level, apply the discernment, it becomes a service to you. In what way it becomes a service to you? You are not annoyed, you are not into anxiety, you don't react. Even on those small issues, it goes a long way. It helps you. Our goal is awakening. Yes, Sangeeta, if you have anything to say.
सर जैसे बेटे के साथ कोई बात हुई तो मैं सही थी, उसको भी लग रहा था कि मैं सही हूँ, लेकिन वो अपना पॉइंट रख रहा था। और पहले होता तो बात खिंचती जाती, लंबी चलती, या मुझे गुस्सा आ जाता था। पर अभी मैं कोई रिएक्ट नहीं किया, और थोड़ी देर बाद उसने भी सॉरी बोल दिया कि सॉरी मैं गलत था, आप ठीक थे। और मैं अंदर से भी काम थी, मतलब बिल्कुल परेशान नहीं थी कि कुछ बात हुई है।
Beautiful. You know what happens? If we are 100% right in an event, we demand a sorry from the others. Demanding sorry from others. And demanding sorry from others means that my expression, my thought, speech, and action changes. And if you don't demand it, you withdraw yourself. So you have already withdrawn your ego. You have dissolved it. And the other, if recognizes, they will definitely say sorry to you. What is the conclusion? Your peace, and it's a beautiful sharing. Today's session. Your peace and happiness begin when the need to be right disappears. I'm just translating what you have shared, your experiences. Why? Because it purifies the mind. Because it helps your mind to evolve. Are you understanding? True, real peace and happiness begin when the need to be right disappears. Are you getting it? You have to contemplate and reflect on this. Anxiety, reaction, duality, conflict are different apps we have installed during our evolution. So I said, what happened, I get worried about my son and daughter and brother and sister and dear and the near ones. These are the different apps we have installed unconsciously. And if you uninstall these apps, you are free. We all are seekers. We are going for a journey deeper and deeper. That is why I am. Lasting change requires a burning desire. Intellectual discussion is not enough. 46 years in this journey, or maybe 47 years now, and still I enjoy that journey because I find a new expression, I find new people, I find new expressions from the seekers, and it helps me to get inspired myself. Your smallest habit can be a biggest breakthrough in your life. It changes your whole mind completely. That is what is the summary. Now coming to the fourth, the burning desire. It is known as, in Sanskrit, it is known as mumukshu. I told you that we have four-fold practices. All four are 90% intellectual, mental. I have to contemplate and reflect. First is discernment. Second is dispassion. Third are six treasures. Expression is outside. When you discern, you feel a sense of freedom. You feel a sense of inner calm. Outer comes six treasures, discernment, dispassion. Third is the six treasures, the inner wealth. Fourth is the mumukshu, the burning desire. Burning desire for what? Whether you say burning desire for peace, permanent peace and happiness, whether you say burning desire for freedom, whether you say burning desire for awakening, burning desire for self-knowledge, burning desire for awakening, nirvana, whatever it is. I should, but why? I already have it. That is why I attend your session. But after the session, the mind goes into the memory lane. It recalls the past memory. Do you see that? So this burning desire is intense, steady desire for liberation, for awakening. Why? So that I recognize and realize that peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom 24 by 7, yesterday, today, tomorrow, day after, weeks, months. There is a continuous state of that state. For that, we need a burning desire for, or whether you say awakening, whether it's burning desire for, and I already gave an example, just contemplate and reflect. You can say you have an intense and a burning desire to get married, burning desire for a food of your choice, burning desire for something outside, burning desire for wealth, burning desire for hidden ego. No, I have to satisfy position, power. Society have labored all these burning desires as one type of insanity. Is it not? one type of madness. You can say addiction, you can say craving, you can say obsession, you can say binge eating. Huh? If you are extremely attached to your even partner is upset with you, and then the people recognizes. I express this because there is one couple here. He was attending. He was doing private sessions 3 years ago. So he had an issue. He is a girl, and then he told me, "You see that I have a big responsibility. Now the daughter is born, and that is why I'm not attending your lesson." I said, "I can understand it. Why should I say anything when you are already obsessed with it?" Second year, he had the second kid. So, no, I'm busy. Earlier, I don't need to say, you will understand. Then he talked to one of my students who is doing session with me. He said, no, that guy called me and he said, I have a problem. This is what happens with the craving, obsession. You continue to live with that kind of it can happen anytime, anywhere. So burning desire is quiet but fierce decision of the mind. Now see, compare the two statements. I do want a good life. One statement, I want to be free of ignorance itself. When I want to be free from ignorance itself, I always have a good life by default, but much more than that. Did you understand that? That is one way to understand the burning desire. Understand by an example, metaphor. Two travelers board the same train. Life. Train is life. Huh? One is 40 years old, another is 50, I'm 67, others is older or younger than me. Life. Two travelers board the same train. One treats it like moving cafe, snacks, selfies, wine, gossip, no real interest in where the train is going. No real interest where the life is going. That is happening every day in our life. The other keeps looking at the map, burning desire, quietly aware of why they are here. There is a destination that matters. When delays happen, the first traveler is bored and restless. And second, patient, because the whole point was never the snacks and the wine and the gossip. Did you understand that? Say yes. Both are on the path, but only one has a burning desire. One dies with the fear. One leaves this earth in peace and happiness, even at the last moment. Are you getting it? Think. And that is why we need a burning desire. I give an example of the two travelers board the train. Find out your relations. They have just boarded the train. They don't know where it's going because they are busy with their snack. They are busy with their pleasure. They are busy with wine. You can translate those wine and snacks with something they feel urgent in their life. Means that awareness is not there. So why yourself is done with the tourism without longing for freedom. You are not really on the path, you are just walking near it. So should I not take wine or snacks? I'm grateful for the snacks, but I'm here for the destination. I'm very happy to talk to you, but I'm here for the destination. I'm aware of that. Are you getting it? It is known as a burning desire, as if something very strong and I have to press my heart. No, it is very deep. You maintain an awareness, oh, the life, this moment, that moment, next moment. Without it, the spirituality is just an ambience, nice background music for the same old movie. It is not spirituality. Many people say, and I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. They don't know what they mean. So here comes when you have that burning desire inside. Are you on the pilgrimage or just on the train? Train, life. You can sit in the spiritual coach and still be a tourist, going to, attending 3 hours in a week, listening to the talks, collecting the quotes, appreciating me that, I made you understand. But if nothing in your priority shift, you are still mostly reviewing the menu on the train. You're not changing. You may think that you have changed, but if you don't have a burning desire and your priority does not shift, it's not going to help you. Burning desire is when snack stops being the main event. I'm not saying don't take the snack. Don't enjoy the pleasures of life. That is the meaning. You still enjoy the comfort, success, relationship, but they are no longer the purpose of your existence. They are scenery, not the destination. Can you change your mind completely from the one worldly affairs to I want to know who am I? I want to have an awakening. While doing everything, you reclaim everything outside. What I said? You still enjoy the comfort, success, and relationship, but they are no longer the purpose of your existence. Your mind is not broken, it is just running an outdated operating system. That is why we run after. I have an emergency, I'm very important. So what the seeker with a burning desire says, know the self, then everything else find its place. Not having a burning desire, when the comfort is very high, but the peace and happiness are very low. Did you understand that one? I am using in a different way, pointing you. When the comfort is very high, comfort, pleasure, train, snacks, wine, binge eating, they are very high. I'm running after them. My mind is busy there. But inner peace and happiness is very low. You know what happens. In all the sessions that I conduct, I help people to quietly protect and nourish your burning desire, directly or indirectly. That is the job of a teacher of the Eastern wisdom. I remind you softly, gently, please don't say, I will practice when life calms down. The life will never calm down. External life will never come. Are you understanding that point? External life will never calm down. It is changing. Events. Fourth qualification. This is my life now, living in a way that honors by longing for freedom is a burning desire. That's my life now. Example, I have $200. I'm living in a relationship. I have the son and the daughter. Someone has a problem and challenges. Yes, this is my life now. But I continue to have a longing for awakening and freedom. If you don't have a longing, you have a power of discernment, you have a power of dispassion, you have the six treasures, it will not work. You have to move from a visitor of this journey, you have to become a pilgrim. When you say, I am done being a visitor in my life, from today, even in small ways, I choose to live as a seeker. I choose to live as a seeker. when you choose to live as a seeker, how can you stop any session? How can you stop attending any session? How? Which state of the mind can can prohibit you to attend the session? No, I'm very busy. No. Dennis has already pointed to his friend, he's very busy. Multitask. Burning desire. We'll have one or two or more sessions on burning desire so that this concept and principle is very clear. It means from today, there is some flame is burning inside your heart, which is seeking permanent peace and happiness even if you go to the kitchen to prepare a cup of coffee. Yes, have it, but flame is there. Go to the restroom, the flame is there. Wherever you go to the church, flame is there. You are earning money, flame is there. Are you understanding? What happens to the mind? That mind surely achieve. Close your eyes. Eyes are closed. The stage number one is place, position, and posture. Today we have a smaller, on Thursdays we have a smaller session, smaller practice. We have a concept explanation. Mondays we have a longer practice. And then being comfortable. Do you recognize sensation, comfort, and steadiness? You know how to do it. Then you move to being carefree. You know how to be carefree, observer and observe. Observer and observed. And then, because when you live into that discernment and observer and observed, and you do the Mangalacharan, it has 1,000 times more impact. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu, Sarvesham shantir bhavatu, Sarvesham purnam bhavatu, Sarvesham mangalam bhavatu. When you have the burning desire, you instantly recognize. It's a cognitive understanding, intense awareness. You know, oh, peace is already within me, happiness is within me, auspiciousness is within me, completeness is within me. I have to just recognize it. Prepares your body, mind, intellect, ego, everything going there. So when it all are going there, you are ready to transcend. I'm just talking with reference to the fourth qualification, the burning desire. We are skipping the 6 neighbors. We go to the second stage. You become aware of the breath. You're aware of the breath. 3-pointed awareness, flow of the breath. In that flow of the breath, you look inside the belly button at any point in the space and start breathing long, deep, and the hissing breath into your belly. Into your belly. So when you inhale, deep, long breath into your belly expands. When you exhale, the belly squeezes and touches the spine. Long, deep, and the hissing breath. Please continue. In the stage 2, we already know we have a couple of steps. We are doing only 2 steps on Thursday's session. We pick up one type of the breathing and without forgetting the flow of the breath. Please continue long, deep in the hissing breath into your belly and so you are aware of the feeling of the belly and its movement outside and inside. That confirms you are doing it rightly. Because you are doing the practice consciously and you understand the implication of each step, and there you discover, oh, this step is helping my mind better to go deeper. And you have tried it for a couple of weeks. obviously it becomes your practice where you do one step or any couple of the steps for a longer period and other steps, you may skip it. That is what the Thursday session clarifies you. So now leave it, return to the flow of the breath. So you see in the flow of the breath, you know breath is going in and out. You feel the sensation of the breath and you do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. 3 points? Or you can add the 4 points that your flow is equal in both the nostrils or not. And you are enjoying the flow of the breath, a simple presence. So we are transitioning to the third stage. You drop Om Shanti on the track of the breath. You're dropping Om Shanti on the breath that is moving on its own. You're not controlling the breath and do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. You know what happens if you are dropping Om Shanti on the track of the breath and the breath is not changing its rate and the rhythm? Now you see what I'm saying. You are absorbed there with Om Shanti on the breath, and here your body as if, you will feel that as if the body is also withdrawn inside. All the senses are withdrawn inside. What is the result? That in spite of discomfort in the body will not move. Body will not move, yes. And if that happens, you may have a tingling and numbness and extreme, sometime freezing in the cold, depending on how the mind, how much mind is absorbed inside, if I grade the degree of absorption. It's purely an understandable journey. So the more you understand it clearly, chances of hallucination, imagination, craziness, so-called craziness in the spiritual journey will not happen. That is what my master taught me. He was totally away from these kind of hallucinations and imaginations. People talk about meditation. My friends, you already understand. Yes, and now you shift your Om Shanti on the 16 segments of the fingers. You already understood these 16 segments of fingers are static. Breath was dynamic, kinetic. Here it is static. And there you drop Om Shanti. It means you are regulating the movement of the mind. Am I clear? They were there, the mind was regulating the breath, and the mind was regulating the Om Shanti, and the mind was regulating that you have to drop Om Shanti on the breath. All are in a dynamic state. But here, the mind changes its quality of awareness. We'll talk about it. Because of the quality of awareness, you have different states of meditation. Oh, is that so? Yes. You're dropping Shanti on the 16 segments of the fingers, including the top of the finger is one. And then we normally have three pointers inside, two in the middle and one at the base. So you're dropping Shanti on each segment, but how you drop brings the qualitative change in your mind. Explore that, maintain that awareness. It will go a long way. We'll discuss in detail about this. So the stage 3 in the meditation continues. And in the same stage, now you move the mind inside your heart, visualize the triangle pointing upward of any color. It is an equilateral triangle, and you start dropping Om Shanti, moving the mind on each side of a triangle, clockwise, anti-clockwise. One time clockwise, next time anti-clockwise. Depending on the qualitative level of purification of the mind, you can also visualize a bigger triangle so that, and then your mind moves on the side, Om Shanti. Then on the base, Om Shanti. Then on the third side, Om Shanti. You stay there because you are now moving anti-clockwise, Om Shanti. And Om Shanti. And then you come very near. It is, as you already know, it is an equilateral triangle. You can have any color for the sake of engaging the mind. We are still in the third stage. So if you find a very smooth transition from one step to the other, obviously your mind is pure. Can you make it out easily? Smooth transition. That is what needed. Anytime, every time you do it. And now push the mind deep inside the cave of your heart while singing. We are transitioning to the fourth stage. Mind seems to stop. There you drop Shanti, and after that you're not doing anything. It's a you just watch. You are an observer, perceiver in the state of self-absorption. Many changes, tingling, numbness, freezing of the body, colors and visions, they will come and go like the clouds in the sky. What should I do with them? Do nothing, just watch them, let them come, let them go. We are awaiting, and it's a waiting period. We are awaiting the revelation. Revelation, cognitive knowledge. Whereas cognitive knowledge, now I see today, I'm none of the body, breath, mind, intellect. I'm just, feel that, as if I'm fully aware. I consider, you have a cognition, I am is just a cognition, it's just a knowledge, it is just a consciousness. That revelation should take place rather than we mind claiming it. Yes, in between there's some thoughts intrusion is there. Why? Because of our past impressions. In this phase, we will have some sub steps of maybe a 5 or 6 stages of meditation. That we'll discuss in detail. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. You can also do it mentally or loudly. One breath in and then then another breath. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. You want to do one more time? Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand, your awareness on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down. We will share our experiences. How are you, Dennis?
Very calm, peaceful, and seamless meditation. The mind was just resting in the dark space. Very comfortable and peaceful. Thank you.
Beautiful. Yes, beautiful. How are you, Samir?
Sir, I think when in the daily routine, then when we are in peace, harmony, then uh, you give a break to the you means you give a break to your mind, suggestions given by the mind to you. Means you don't follow your suggestions of the mind blindly. If your mind tells to fight with somebody, then you give break to it. Then you think I have to do, I have not to do. So that is the best thing which is happening. So, sir,
Beautiful. Impulsive mind is always looking, as Dennis was saying in his experience with a friend. He did everything to help him to live in warmth or in heat. So the impulsive mind constantly gives suggestions to us, and you don't. You just check it. Oh, let me check it. Is it worth? No, drop it. Do we have that ability? That ability is a great ability. Yes, Barbara, what do you think?
The meditation was very calm and peaceful. And in the beginning, I felt like a heaviness, especially in my legs. But then I felt very light. And at the end of the meditation, I just felt this comfort and warmth.
Beautiful, beautiful, yes. So it means if we feel some heaviness or freezing, we should avoid, we should ignore, we should continue. We should not get impulsive and reactive to that. And that helps a great deal. Yes, Vaibhav.
Thank you, sir. So it was all calm, all relaxed.
Good. All calm and all relaxed. Terry.
Um, my mind was obsessing on irritation. I was getting kind of irritated. I don't know why.
Yes. Yes. You are right. Irritation and obsession go together. That's a good point of reflection. I'm irritated because of you, because my impulsive nature, impulsive mind, has already created an image about you. So irritation, obsession, they go together. So you do nothing. Just after, when we end the session, reflect on it. What is the irritation point, an object or a person or a thing? And then you reflect again and again until you find your mind is empty. How are you, Sangeeta?
सर बिल्कुल पीसफुल है, एकदम काम और शांत.
Good. Totally peaceful and calm. So, as you understand, I'm not touching we are in the fourth stage when we are, I use the word self absorption. So, in that state of self absorption, we can say there are many types of self absorption. One self absorption, you maintain awareness and you don't find any irritation or impulses desire. In other cases, you find that you are totally absorbed as a one-pointedness. In the third, we find lot of images and colors are coming and going. So we will understand the different stages of meditation in the stage 4. That is basically a part of we can say, the awakening or realization. I try to put mathematically, logically, because every master did the same, but in their own way. That is all for today. Thank you very much. Namaste. You are all
Thank,
my masters.
thank you, sir.
Thank you. Namaste.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
sir.
sir. Namaste, everyone.
Namaste.
Namaste.